At least back to where it was in downtown Baltimore. Tonight, City Council demanded answers from the Department of Transportation. WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kadam explains how the gridlock happened and what's being done to make sure it doesn't happen again. Eddie.
Jamie, communication between the humans behind the Department of Transportation and the city leaders was a big part of the problem. And from the technology used for traffic lights, that was another layer of the issue. It created a perfect storm that made a miserable commute for so many of us. And tonight, DOT promised to retime and synchronize the system that caused the problem. That should take around 2 years. In the meantime, they put the system back where it was. Hours of people's valuable time lost because of a mistake by the Department of Transportation.
I'm home from work.
That meant hundreds of complaints for City Councilman Eric Costello.
Because it is unacceptable to not communicate problems of this magnitude to the City Council. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the administration. You all can handle that on your own, but that's unacceptable, and I genuinely hope it's a lesson learned.
Our system is pretty antiquated.
This is what the lesson looked like. The director of the Department of Transportation says gridlock started because of a change to traffic control boxes.
Many of our traffic control boxes, those are the boxes that's the brain that tells the signals how to work. Many of them are no longer on an interconnected telecommunication system.
The systems weren't communicating, and part of the 2-week sample they used came from the July 4th week.
They tested those changes during the week of the 4th of July when there were less vehicles down here, which doesn't really make much sense, but that's what happened. And they had to revert those changes back to where we were at about a month and a half ago, which they've now done.
A day went by and then another. They tried to tweak the system and then they went back to the baseline.
We went back to that because we really knew it was programmed. It was a timing pattern we could easily go back to with our technology, as well as going to our manual boxes and making those changes effectively.
On Monday, DOT deployed traffic officers to heavy volume spots and will start updating the electronic systems next month.
2 weeks ago was like a mess. I mean, no cars were moving anywhere. But I would say in the last week, things have gotten a little better.
DOT officials say they are spending tens of millions of dollars on signal reconstruction, expecting it to take 2 years with their focus on the central business district first.